We begin with the Giants, where quarterback Daniel Jones is at OTAs this week. You see him there coming off the injury, but also a time where many wondered if New York would take a quarterback in the draft. They decided to stick with DJ for now. Here's Brian Dable on the plan for Jones at OTAs.
I think we'll just take it day by day and see where he's at. He's doing a nice job in the 7-on-7. He'll do that again today. So we'll see how it goes. His movement skills have been good. It's not a contact camp. We all know that. So we try to eliminate as much as that we can. But that'll be the next step of being involved in the pocket and things like that.
Yeah, Jones and the Giants will look for a better performance from their offensive line, too, this season. Last year, the Giants allowed 85 sacks, second most by any team in a season since the stat became official 60 years ago. New York addressed the interior of their offensive line this offseason, signing John Runyon and Jermaine Illuminor, who are projected to be their starting guards this season. We'll see if that helps. Damien, the Giants rebuilt the O-line. They added Malik Neighbors, of course, to help Daniel Jones. Is that going to be enough to find success on the field?
Yeah, that remains to be seen, Laura. Yeah, I think what the Giants are banking on as far as their offensive line concerns is, changing the coaching. They brought in their Las Vegas Raiders former offensive line coach Carmen Busilla, who actually has some familiarity with Brian Daboll because he spent some time as the New England Patriots offensive line coach for a few years. So, it's not like the New York Giants haven't expended things to the offensive line. They've added via free agency. They've added, draft picks to address this offensive line. So I think the thinking is coaching is going to get this group. If they can get this group coached up, then they think that they have pieces on offense that can help Daniel Jones out.
And D-Wood, you know really well that the quarterback is an active participant in sacks since 2019. Daniel Jones been sacked 179 times. That's the third most. He has to get rid of the ball faster. But more fundamentally, guys, it's his durability that is the biggest issue for me. He's missed 23 games since 2019. That's not good enough in a division where you have Jalen Hurts, who was toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, Dak Prescott, the runner-up to MVP, and now Jaden Daniels. You clearly have the fourth best quarterback, and while he has ability, you just don't know how many games he's going to play, and at what point are we going to be talking about Drew Lock?
Ooh.
Yeah. Mike, that question about durability, I think it hints at the major question with Jones, which is, are his struggles, up and down performances, injuries, whatnot, a product of his circumstances, or is it about him? And I don't think we really know the answer to that question because the circumstances have been so terrible. Even in 2022, when he played pretty well, I thought, I still had the lowest average depth of target in the NFL. Now, you give him arguably the most explosive player in the draft in Malik Neighbors, who is not just a go-ball merchant. He can work the intermediate parts of the field, get you yards after the catch. But if Daniel Jones isn't targeting Malik Neighbors deep, that is like driving a Lamborghini 35 miles per hour. It's a waste of a draft pick. Yeah. He has to be more aggressive. And if he isn't, even if he stays healthy, then as a Giants organization, you have to consider moving on even in the season.
How fast should you drive a Lamborghini?
I mean, pretty fast, especially if your Lamborghini does happen to be Malik Neighbors. That's a pretty good one to have. All right, so we showed you some of the video of Daniel Jones today out there at practice. Jordan Renan, our Giants reporter, with us now. What did you see, Jordan, out of DJ today?
Yeah, I think it's important to realize where he's at, Daniel Jones, both physically and mentally, right? Because I know it looks nice out here now. I pulled up earlier today, torrential downpours. You think, okay, Daniel Jones is coming back from a knee injury. They're going to move practice indoors. Maybe we won't see Daniel Jones. Well, as we're standing there, Brian Dable's about to talk. The second player to walk out and jog out to practice is Daniel Jones. He participates in individual drills. He participates in 7-on-7 drills. You're talking about a guy 6 months and 2 days removed from a serious knee injury. Now, I think it's also important to keep in perspective of what just happened here with Daniel Jones, right? It's been well reported that the Giants, they at least look to trade up in the draft. And so we asked Daniel Jones, how he kind of processed that. And he said, I obviously wasn't happy about it. I'm paraphrasing. Now, the last time Daniel Jones wasn't especially happy with the way everything turned out was before that 2022 season, his best season of his career. The Giants didn't pick up his fifth-year option prior to that season. Obviously, he had a neck injury that factored into it. But he went out and had the best season of his career. So I think you heard from him there that he understands the position that he's in right now, and that the Giants have already flirted elsewhere. Now it's his job to go out there, and he's going to do everything he possibly can to go out there and prove to them again that he's a high-level quarterback.